Hello Planeswalkers and welcome to the Sanctum. Today we're doing a Rashmi Eternity's Crafter deck. She costs a green, blue, and 2 generic mana for a 2/3 elf druid with the ability of whenever you cast your first spell each turn, reveal the top card of your library. If it's an online card with converted mana cost less than that spell's, you may cast it without paying its mana cost. If you don't cast the reveal card, put it into your hand. So she will essentially draw you a card or cast a spell for free. Starting with our mana base, we have 12 basic forests and 16 basic islands, a command tower, breeding pool, hinterland harbor, temple of mystery, flooded grove, alchemist refuge for Flash, Nykthos shrine to Nyx, reliquary tower. You tend to draw a lot of cards with her, and Temple of False Gods, little extra mana. You have a Secure Tribe Scout. You get a lot of lands with Rashmi, so you want to be able to play them. Secure Tribe Elder, Coiling Oracle, because we're already playing with the top of our library. Hyora's Follower, Wood Elves, Reclamation Sage, Museum Meddler, Skullwinder, Eternal Witness, Courser of Crufix. Letting you play the land off the top of your library is really good, but just being able to see the top of your library really helps in a Rashmi deck. Oracle of Moldiah does the same. Stunt Double, Altered Ego. Altered Ego is an X spell that you can still get a lot of value off of even without paying anything into X, and that's exactly what Rashmi wants. Eva for Flash, Venser, Mystic Snake, Muldrifter. Evoke works really well in a Rashmi deck since you can evoke it for 3, but it counts as a 5 CMC spell for Rashmi's triggered ability. Seedborn Muse is an all-star in the deck. She lets you cast spells easily on everyone's turn, which is what you want to do. Acidic Slime, Teferi, Draining Whelk, and Deep Sea Kraken. Suspend works similarly to Evoke. When you cast it off of its Suspend trigger, it'll still count as a 10-drop spell for you. Moving to our mana rocks, we have a Soul Ring, Thought Vessel, Simic Signet, Worn Power Stone, and Gilded Lotus. Our other artifacts, a Tormod's Crypt, a Sensei's Divining Top, a Crystal Ball, Druidic Satchel. You'll usually be able to use this to get a land into play, which is very useful. Dalkin Ori, of course, and an Aligned Hedron Network. It only hits a couple creatures in this deck, especially at instant speed. It can blow out players unexpectedly. I've really enjoyed it so far. Our enchantments include a Burgeoning. Now, I don't believe Burgeoning belongs in most EDH decks. Late game, you probably won't have a land in your hand, usually when your opponent does top deck a land to play. But in Rashmi, I find I've always had lands in my hand and could use this at any point in the game effectively. Sylvan Library, Jace's Sanctum. You can stack the Sanctum trigger with Rashmi's trigger, so you get to scry first, so it's useful. Leyline of Anticipation, Future Sight, and then we have a Garruk Wild Speaker as our only planeswalker, basically another mana rock. We have 2 sorceries. We have a Rite of Replication. If you cast Rite of Replication off the top with Rashmi, you can pay 5 for the kicker cost. It's an additional cost as you cast it, so you can choose to pay the 5 in Predator's Council. Now, our instance, we have Pognify, Mystical Tutor. You can cast this in response to Rashmi's trigger to get the spell you need on top of your deck. Cyclonic Rift. Now, Overload is the opposite of Evoke in that when you overload the spell, it still counts as a 2-drop spell in Cyclonic Rift's case, but Cyclonic Rift is worth running anyways, and even just being able to put a card into your hand off the top of your deck, it makes it worth it. Mana Drain, it gives you free mana on your turn. Croson Grip. Now Rashmi's trigger will respond, but with Split Second you won't be able to cast the spell off the top of your deck, but it'll still give you another card. Sundering Vitae, destroy target artifact or enchantment with Convoke, so even if you're tapped out, you can just tap some creatures and still get a Rashmi trigger. Sprouting Vines has Storm, so it can really thin out your deck, and I've liked casting it off the top with Rashmi when I've had the chance. Capsize, like Rite of Replication's kicker cost, buyback is an additional cost you can pay as you cast the spell. So if you cast it off the top with Rashmi, you can pay to put it back into your hand. Spell Crumple, Overwhelming Denial. The Search ability doesn't have any particular synergy with Rashmi, but it will still give you a counterspell that can't be countered. Rewind is essentially a free counterspell. Mindbreak Trap can be a real free counterspell. Summary Dismissal, because exiling all spells and countering all abilities is necessary sometimes in EDH. Cryptic Command, Plasma Capture, Force of Will, Desertion, Time Stop, and then we have Stroke of Genius, Loose on Zenith, and Chord of Calling as instant speed X spells, so if you know what the top card of your library is, you can ensure you get to cast it with Rashmi. So that's my Rashmi Eternity's Crafter deck. Please feel free to comment and look for my follow-up video to answer any of your questions. Thanks for watching.